Betrayal in football is one of the hardest things a fan can experience. It's never just about a transfer or a financial decision. It feels like an earthquake that breaks years of loyalty and passion. When a hero, once loved for his goals and victories, joins the enemy, everything changes. The cheers turn into boos, the joy into anger. Streets that once celebrated him now burn his shirts and hang banners calling him a traitor. In these moments, football is no longer just a sport. It becomes a battlefield of emotions. Every dribble, every pass, every goal scored against the old club feels like a knife to the heart. Of course, players often have reasons: ambition, frustration, money, or dreams of glory. But for fans, excuses don't matter. The betrayal is what remains. Some transfers go beyond football. They mark cities, divide fan bases, and create unforgettable stories. They show us football is not only tactics and technique, it's human drama, where heroes can become traitors overnight. In this video, we'll revisit 3 of the most famous betrayals in modern football: Naples, Manchester, and Barcelona. Stories where loyalty was tested, fans were furious, and players changed football history forever. In Naples, football is life. Every player wearing the blue shirt becomes part of the city's soul. Gonzalo Higuain was their hero. The Argentine striker scored goals week after week, leading the club back to glory. In the 2015 to 2016 season, he broke records with 36 Serie A goals. But on July 26, 2016, came the shock. Higuain joined Juventus, the enemy, for 90 million euros. The city exploded. Shirts were burned, balconies filled with hateful banners, and fans cried betrayal. Italian media called it an emotional tsunami. When Higuain returned to the San Paolo in October, the stadium became a storm. From warm-ups to the final whistle, he was booed every time he touched the ball. And when he scored the winning goal, chaos, insults, whistles, anger. It wasn't just football, it was betrayal in its purest form. In Turin, he won trophies, 3 Serie A titles, cups, and European nights. But for Naples fans, Higuain will always be remembered as the traitor. Betrayal in football is not only an Italian story. Just a few years later, across the channel in England, another Argentine striker would break the hearts of fans in Manchester. And this time, the betrayal came with a giant billboard that mocked an entire city. Carlos Tevez was a fan favorite at United. He fought hard, scored big goals, and helped win trophies. But in July 2009, Tevez crossed the line. He signed for Manchester City, United's biggest rival, in a €55 million move. United fans went mad, burning jerseys, holding banners, and calling him a traitor. City welcomed him with a huge billboard. "Welcome to Manchester," a direct insult to United. When Tevez returned to Old Trafford, the tension was unbearable. Booing, insults, red flares, every touch was hated. In January 2010, he scored twice against United in the League Cup and celebrated with arms raised toward their fans. That image became the symbol of his betrayal. Yet, at City, Tevez became a hero. He delivered the FA Cup in 2011 and the Premier League title in 2012, their first in 44 years. For City fans, he was a legend. For United fans, he was the ultimate traitor. Yet if United's heartbreak was deep, what happened in Spain was on another level. Because no betrayal in football history matches the shock of July 2000, when Barcelona's golden boy, Luis Figo, crossed the unthinkable line and wore the white of Real Madrid. At the end of the 1990s, Luis Figo was more than just a player for Barcelona. He was the heartbeat of the team. He had joined in 1995 from Sporting Lisbon, and over 5 years, he became their captain, their creative genius, and a fan idol. Fans believed Figo would retire as a legend in the Blaugrana shirt, but behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. In 2000, Florentino Perez was running for president of Real Madrid. At that time, Real's elections worked like political campaigns. Candidates needed bold promises to win votes. Perez crafted a shocking one. "If I am elected, Luis Figo will sign for Real Madrid." This was not just a promise, it was a strategy to shock both Madridistas and culés. Figo was Barcelona's most loved player, and taking him would shake the football world. Perez approached Figo's agent, Jose Vega, and offered an unbelievable deal, a massive signing bonus for Figo, a higher salary than Barcelona could match, but most importantly, a pre-contract agreement. In this secret document, Figo committed to joining Madrid if Perez won the election. If he backed out, he would owe Real Madrid a huge penalty fee, around 30 million euros, an amount impossible to pay at the time. Figo likely thought Perez would lose the election, so the agreement was safe money for him. But Perez's risky move worked. His campaign slogan, "Vote for me and Figo will come," captured headlines. Fans believed it. Membership numbers spiked. Against the odds, Perez won the presidency. Suddenly, the pre-contract kicked in, and Figo was trapped. If he refused to join Madrid, he would owe tens of millions in damages. If he accepted, he would become the most hated man in Barcelona. On July 23, 2000, Real Madrid paid Barcelona 60 million euros, the world record fee at the time. Luis Figo officially became a Madrid player. Perez had delivered on his promise, and the Galactico era was born. His first return to Camp Nou was unforgettable. Fans threw bottles, coins, and even a pig's head. Every touch was met with hate. Media called it one of the darkest nights in football rivalry. At Madrid, Figo won La Liga, the Champions League, and more. But every time he stepped into Camp Nou, it was war. His name became forever linked to both brilliance and betrayal. From Naples to Manchester to Barcelona, these betrayals prove that football is more than goals and trophies. It's about loyalty, love, and heartbreak. And sometimes, the pain of betrayal lasts longer than the joy of victory. These stories, Higuain, Tevez, and Figo, show how powerful football can be. A transfer is never just business. It's passion, loyalty, and heartbreak mixed together. Yes, these players won trophies with their new clubs, but for the betrayed fans, the pain never faded. They became legends, but also traitors. Football is not just a game, it's a drama where every dribble, every goal, every choice can change history, and sometimes turn heroes into villains forever.